Hello, my wonderful Coldplayers. We are here sitting, waiting anxiously for this new Coldplay song, Coloratura it is called. So just to give a little background, Coldplay released a trailer on Tuesday and also announced the album. So now we know what each song kind of sounds like. So with this song, it sounded to me very much like it was from the Parachutes era. So I mean, I loved that album, so hopefully we get a nice treat with this song. It's supposed to be 10 minutes and 18 seconds long, so that's kind of a long song if you ask me, and some are speculating that it could be like kind of like a bonus track or like a hidden track, but I don't know if they'd actually do that because then they just kind of release two songs, right? So it could have just like a really long intro or a really long outro, or it could be where it's kind of like a long story or something like that. So really interested to see how this plays out. Now, as we are eagerly waiting for this song to begin, I would encourage you to please subscribe. I do a lot of videos related to Coldplay, including these reaction videos, updates on the new album, and even some covers. So if you're interested in any of that, I would definitely encourage you to subscribe. And if you haven't done so yet, please like this video. It just takes 2 seconds to do, but it helps me out a ton. So I would very much appreciate that. All right, we are officially in the countdown phase here where everyone is going wild in the chat. Just a few seconds left before the song begins. We heard the first song, Higher Power, released off the album, and now we get to experience the next one. So we'll begin in just a moment. Here we go. Okay, so just to pause right here, it started off very different than what I expected, where you can hear these strings and lots of anthemic sounds. I started to hear piano, so let's continue with the video. Okay, so just to pause it again, because it seems like it's really building, and it seems like it's changing genres a little bit, because it started off with what almost sounded like an orchestra tuning, right? It has like these just like, you know, strings going and everything, and then we had piano, and now we're going back to kind of a plucked string, so it's very interesting to hear. It's not like a traditional like radio song just yet. And this could be kind of just like this giant intro, this long intro that I was kind of talking about just before this video started. So let's continue with the rest, and I'll let you know what I think when the singing starts, because we heard singing in that clip, so I'm assuming there's going to be voices, hopefully, sometime soon. So. Okay, wait. We heard that that melody, that motif, I thought that was supposed to be for a different song. I'm so confused. In the clip that we got, the trailer that we got on Tuesday, it had all these clips for all the different songs, and I could have sworn I heard the dun 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 dun, that thing. That's totally off, but you know what I'm talking about, that little plucked sound that I think sounds like it's from E.T. So yeah, maybe that was part of this song then. I'm confused, so let's continue.
Coloratura, fading through the clouds, and everyone before us is there welcoming us now. It's the end of death and doubt, and loneliness is out. Coloratura, the place we dreamed about. Melodies inside yourself, and love come pouring out, and everyone's allowed. We're feathered by the crowd.
All right, so we just heard the first line of the song, the first lyrics, and man, those were deep. I'm really liking this sound so far. Even that like really long intro. Wow, I'm thoroughly impressed. Yes, it does have a very like parachutes, and actually I think it kind of has like a parachutes X and Y vibe, just because of like the space theme and like a lot of the chords that they're using. I did not expect such kind of like deep lyrics. Whew. Okay, let's continue.
Up there in the heavens, Galileo and those mining for the moon. It's a slow burn to pioneering heats. Oh, mama, had your poison at you. And so burning you. But that's all for now. In this crazy world, I just want you.
All right, just to pause real quick. That was the line that we heard. In this crazy world I just want you. And I think that was kind of like the powerhouse statement of this song. And I just heard drums come in, so it sounds like we're gonna have the full band. Oh my gosh, wait. This totally reminds me of like a Beatles vibe. That's totally what this is. Okay, cool, I'm digging it, I like it. That drum part into this next section sounds like it's very much like Beatles-esque, so yeah, I dig it. Sweet, let's move on.
In the end, it's all about the love you're sending out. Up there in the heavens, the explorers who all gathered like them. Some world turn, some Voyager, Callisto, Calliope, Jesus, the neon rules.
Yeah. I'm really digging all of these space references. It's just, so cool. Even just like mentioning like Voyager and like Beetlejuice, but it also mentions it here, it says neon moons, which they're using in their lore for this album. So maybe those are like, yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of curious to see what that has in reference to the album. But man, whew. All right, let's keep on going.
It's so burning you. No touchdown to you. In this crazy world, I just want you.
Okay, so this song is changing directions again. We had that nice like full X and Y parachutes Beatles sounding song, and now it's switching back to that theme, that motif, that ET sounding motif. And yeah, it's kind of like, this song to me seems more of like an experience or like a journey, and less of like I was saying, less of like a radio song. So yeah, it's really interesting how this is getting played out. I think we should be about halfway done with the song. So let's continue with it and see what we think. Whoa, what's going on? Like what? Those sounds, like there's new motifs here, and it introduced these different stars, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 so far. Wow, this is getting interesting. We heard some new instruments and new planets or stars or whatever these things are. So wow. And one thing that I didn't mention yet is that this is just visually stunning. It's just super beautiful, the way this is just going through space, and just the work done on the clouds, and just, oh my gosh. And this part with these stars, super cool. I love this. Oh my gosh. Whoa. We're about to go into a different A different genre yet again. So this song is definitely one of those songs that kind of blends together a few different styles, which is really cool. I love these kinds of songs. These are some of my favorite to listen to. And it sounds like we're going to get into this new section. So let's go. That piano though, I love that. It reminds me of like Chopin kind of style. Oh man, that's so good. All right. I'm just gonna take a moment to breathe for a second, because just let it all sink in. Very different than Higher Power, let me tell you. Man, what a cool song. All right, let's keep on going. Okay, so it just said, he just spoke Latin there. So, isn't Coloratura, I think it, okay, yeah, it means, Coloratura is Latin for colored. So, it's talking about, you know, all these colors and speaking Latin there. I don't know exactly what he said because I don't speak Latin, but at least, yeah, that's kind of cool. That's a cool theme. So yeah, I think after watching this all the way through, I'm gonna watch it again and probably look at the lyrics as I'm going through this, but dude, I'm super impressed with these lyrics too. So good. All right, let's keep on going. So one thing, as I'm watching this, I just can't help but think how there's almost like, there's no up or down to space. It's just there, it's all around. And yes, you can think from being on a planet, being how there's a perspective of being north and south because of the electromagnetic poles, right? But in regards to space, you know, it's not up or down, it's just there. So it's kind of a cool visual, and they did this same kind of spinning effect with Higher Power too. So almost done with the song, I believe. So let's just watch the last bit of it.
Poets prophesy in blue. Together, that's how we make it through.
Yeah, wow. So that was not the song I was expecting, but that's the song that I really needed. It's just kind of interesting because with like Higher Power, they really went with this new age 80s pop sound, right? And you could tell that was clearly meant to be on the radio. But with this song, it's like, here is the journey. Experience this. And man, that was just such an interesting song. And I love the use of imagery. I love how those stars at the end all the different colors, right? They talked about colors a lot. It's coloratura, colored, how they all almost seem to have a specific pitch to them or some kind of tone. So I don't know if that's going to play in with the lore of this album, but man, that was a journey and very, very unique sound. And I think it was implemented super well. Like, it's easy to kind of just, you know, throw a bunch of stuff together, but transitions, musicality, instrumentation just blended from one section to the next, and I just appreciated the heck out of that. So I'm probably going to be listening to this a lot in the next, you know, forever. So just to look at some of the lyrics here, it talks about coloratura, where it says, the place we dreamed about, the melodies inside yourself and love come pouring out, and everyone's allowed, we're feathered by the crowd. Dang. And I think this was my favorite line, where it says, in the end, it's all about the love you're sending out. So one thing that I definitely wanted to talk about is that this song, being 10 minutes and 18 seconds long, is almost a quarter of the entire album. So that's just crazy to think that it takes up that much space, and I guess it doesn't leave a lot of room for the other songs. Now, the other songs, some of them could be just, you know, 30 seconds long. Like, for example, Music of the Spheres, the opening track, to me is probably going to be just very short. That's what I think it's going to be like. So this also kind of opens the door to the idea of there being more albums, because if this album is only 42 minutes long, with this song being 10 minutes long of that, then there's probably going to be more Music of the Spheres, or at least they hinted at this idea by calling it Music of the Spheres Volume 1. So maybe we have several years ahead of Music of the Spheres, which in my opinion would be super cool, because I love this theme. I love how there are all these different planets and all these different languages that they really could just have this span for a long time and just have these albums dedicated to all these planets. So I don't know if that's their intention behind this, but I'd be totally down for that. Just overall, definitely a thumbs up. Like I said before, this is not the song I was expecting. I was expecting it to just be a normal song, but this was more of an experience. And although it wasn't what I was expecting, it was definitely what I needed. Something different. So yeah, that's basically everything that I wanted to talk about with this song. I'm probably going to listen to it like about 100 times and just figure out all the chords and everything, because those chords were just so interesting. Now, if you're interested in the in-depth music analysis of this, feel free to comment below letting me know you're interested in that. And while you're commenting below, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I love doing these Coldplay videos, especially these react videos where I really get to kind of talk about the song and hear your reaction to the song as well. So comment and let me know what you thought of the song. But yeah, I really liked it. It's a very interesting sound, and definitely what I needed. So with that, thank you again so very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.